All right, yo, here we go. Let's get it on. Another fight week ahead of us. Yes, sir. Let's see who we got in here already. Got about 9 people in here. Robot Chicken. George, what's going on? Yeah, man, it's going down this weekend. We got some good fights here. You know, I think we got some guaranteed blood, and we got some guaranteed finishes, I think, across the board here. So let's see here. Get this thing going. Because we already got about 9 people in here. We're going to go ahead and jump on this thing before we do this. Boom, boom. There we go. Yep. All right. So I got to pull some stuff up here so we can get into it. Robot Chicky talking about no hard feelings. What was you doing last time? Acting up or something? No hard feelings for what? Yep. Let's see. Brian in the building. Okay. Here we go. All right, y'all. So let's get it on. Got everybody in here. Got enough people in here. So let's get to talking about these fights. Got a few fights I want to talk about, and maybe some other stuff off schedule here. So yeah, welcome back everybody to another live stream. It is fight week. Another fight week. These are all the WMMA fights that we have as far as UFC, LFA, and I'm gonna squeeze in maybe. Well, yeah, I can squeeze it in. I mean, we still have Bellator as well. Let me see. Who do we have on Bellator just to make sure? Go ahead and pull that up. But these are the ones I really want to talk about. That's why I got them up. Right here. Let's see. Yeah, we got 1, 2 with Bellator. So I'm going to push that to the side. All right. So let's get this thing in. First off, we have LFA 125 this Friday, not Saturday, yo. February 25th, we got Loveth Young getting that title shot, going for the LFA strap for the strawweight division against Jacqueline Amorim. Now, this is a good fight. It's a good fight. I was looking forward to this fight a little while back. I want to say around Thanksgiving. Let me make sure. Yeah, around that. Yeah, November 12th. November 12th was the original date for this fight. Loveth Young and Jacqueline Amorim. Title shot was on the line. I think it was Loveth Young's opponent. She pulled out. Amorim had to pull out at the last minute because it went all the way down to Friday, right? They had the picture. I got a chance to take the still, I think, before the fight. And it was just like, boom. Got canceled right then. So hopefully everything is good this time around, and we get to, see her go in there and challenge for this belt. But let's take a look at these stats here real quick, man, because I think it's going to be a good, explosive fight. It's going to be a challenge for Loveth Young, even for Amorim. Amorim, she is currently 4-0 in LFA, and I think she's somebody that they're, trying to build up next. Another fighter that they really want to see get into the UFC. Loveth Young, she's another fighter that, has a lot of talent as well. But it kind of been taking a minute with her, so she's got to go in there and strive for perfection. Somebody like Loveth Young, you got to strive for perfection. You can't mess up, can't go in here and win no decision or can't go in there and get a draw, can't get no split decision. Everything got to favor you. So Loveth going into this fight, got to do what she's been doing, as of her last 2 fights, got to go in there and stop them. So let's see, Jacqueline Amorim, she's 4-0, 2 fights in LFA, both finishes, 2 fights outside of the LFA organization, finishes, jiu-jitsu practitioner, that's her bread and butter, y'all. So, she's going to be trying to get this fight down to the ground, but y'all got to know, we know Loveth Young as the knockout artist, is fighter with power here, but Jacqueline Amorim actually has the fastest KO in LFA's women history right now. 10-second knockout against Megan Owen. You know, landed a big right hand, starts the girl. You know, I mean, it wasn't like, I don't think the girl was out, but she was done. You know, the punch put her down, and, you know, the referee had to step in. So, I mean, I'm going to have to pull it up now because, you know, they got that fight up here. But with that being said, Jacqueline Amorim is definitely known as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, but you can't count out her hands. You can't count out her power. And I think that's why, you know, I'm looking into this fight. She's very dangerous. You know, Amorim, I don't know if she is going to want to bang with Loveth, but the choice is there, right? She still has that option. You know, she's, let's see, about 5'3", about an inch taller than Loveth Young. Loveth Young is like 5'2", you know, so the reach and height's about the same here. I think size as far as frame, you look at Loveth Young, you know, she's a little tank, you know. But when we look at Jacqueline Amorim, you know, she has a little bit of everything going into this fight. That's why I'm just saying this ground game here is very important that Loveth is able to make that adjustment and work on her takedown defense, you know, especially keeping this thing in the center of the octagon, you know. Loveth Young, she's 3-1-1. Has one fight on there, you know, I definitely feel like shouldn't be a loss because, all honesty, she should be undefeated. I went back and watched that Demopoulos fight a couple times. I think it was mostly the takedowns. You know, it's mostly the takedowns that got Demopoulos to win. But other than that, you know, Loveth, she was putting hands on Demopoulos, you know. So that fight can actually be argued that Loveth won, you know. That was probably her toughest, you know, fight. Other than that, you know, she went in there, blasted out Rena Norval, Kelly D'Angelo, knocked her out, you know. So she's got some wins on the resume. You know, she's got, you know, got a couple good finishes as well. But let's see. Loveth Young, mostly known for that kickboxing. Beautiful right hand, good stance. Kind of reminds me of the boxer Guillermo Rigondeaux. You know, the way she's on the balls of her feet and the way she knows how to make up for her height disadvantage, if you will, in some fights. Like I said, a fighter being tall and long is not always an advantage if you don't know how to use it, right? So if you look at Loveth Young, her poise, how she stays on the balls of her feet, she knows how to close distance with those overhand rights. You know, she knows how to inch her way in, throw the overhand right, boom, catch some of these long fighters right on the chin. Overhand right is money for a short fighter against a long fighter. So going into this fight, that's going to have to be her money shot. You know, I think when it comes down to the striking, though Jacqueline Amorim got some power, underrated power, striking, stand up, I'm going to have to go with Loveth on that. So, you know, she got to use a takedown defense, keep this fight standing. I think Amorim knows that. So, you know, she's going to be trying to look for takedown attempts. She's going to be looking to try to grab that kick, go for them single legs, and try to maul on the ground here. You know, don't be surprised if you try to switch it up and bang in there too. You know, I think going off that last knockout, believe me, Amorim going to be trying to land something big. You know, because for one, when you score the fastest knockout WMMA's or LFA's WMMA history, you're going to be going for it. You know, so you got to look out for that. But I think Loveth Young, she has the tools to go in here and pull off a win. You know, I just been looking at some of Amorim's stuff today. You know, I'm looking at this highlight KO right here. Yeah, okay, yeah. Like that wasn't like a very, very polished right hand, but Amorim, you know, she landed that thing clean. So yeah, you got to be careful of this power of this young Brazilian here. Amorim, yeah, she throw down. I'm looking here, got a lot of footage up here of her jiu-jitsu tournaments. If y'all want to go through and look at that, just type in Jacqueline Amorim like I do, and you can see what type of work she puts in on the ground. And I mean, the work she's been putting in over the past year, I wouldn't be surprised if she's a black belt. So for me, takedown defense, keep the fight standing, chop away the lead leg of this stance of Amorim and look to finish Amorim. The longer you stay in there with a ground fighter, you got to get him out of there. I mean, the longer you stay in there, it's dangerous. You got to get him out of there. Korean Spirit Works, what's going on, man? Stamina, running Rene, what's going on, y'all? Ravioli, what's up? He said Jillian is a G for taking a fight, but JJ might be better everywhere. I think so too, but we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, let's see here. But yeah, I definitely recommend for some of y'all that don't watch LFA, or if y'all forget about it because it's on a Friday, I definitely recommend y'all check it out. Definitely got to check it out because they've been bringing some good strawweight fights. Demopoulos was good, Loopy was good, Loveth is good, Sam Hughes was good. They just brought the action. Let's see here. So yeah, I'm going with, George said Loveth has to keep it striking. Definitely. I mean, you follow her, George. I mean, you want to keep it striking because she has the best striking right now in the strawweight division in LFA, to me. So put it to work. Put a clinic on. Keep the jab in the face of Amorim. Amorim knows that she will have to take it to the ground. If you look at some of Loveth Young's past fights, she could be taken to the ground. She's physically strong now. I know that, but with this type of grappler she's dealing with, it could very well go to the ground and you fall behind. When these type of grapplers get that type of ground control on you, put you flat on your back, you fall behind. So, got to keep it standing. Keep it striking. All around, just better. But Amorim still has that ability to use her power as well. So, got to look out for it. If I got to pick, I'm gonna go with Loveth Young. I think she'll either get it by stoppage. If not stoppage, I think she'll get a decision in this fight. Because at times I can see it playing out where, Loveth Young could land that overhand, slow Amorim down with body kicks. But there could be those moments where she'll just have to stay on the back foot, counter, and just stay ahead, build up a lead. So IQ is very important here. IQ is very important, for Loveth. I'm going to go with Loveth by decision or late round stoppage in this one. All right. Let's see. Was that the only women's fight we had on that card coming up? Let's see. LFA 125. So just so y'all know, LFA 125 starts at 9 p.m. February 25th. And shout out to Loveth and Jacqueline. I mean, this is a main event. That's big for WMMA. Don't get a lot of women main events on the UFC, on them higher platforms. But when it comes to these platforms, they can they stress it. They stretch it every now and then. So ain't that weird though? I find that weird. Like LFA, they're willing to put on some of these main events for these women that are just like that. I mean, UFC does it with fight night cards, like Holly and Ketlin got one coming up. Marina, she's had two. Michelle Watterson has one. One or two now, right? Well, she's been part of their second one with Marina. So, I don't know, man. I know these are like televised and everything, but it just seems like eventually, the UFC gonna have to come through with a pay-per-view main event. Meaning, put Shevchenko on a main event, or even like Nunes and Pena on a main event. Maybe they think it's too much of a gamble. I don't know, like a headline in the pay-per-view card, right? So it is what it's whatever. But as long as these ladies get the main events on these cards, that's fine. That is fine with me. All right. So let's see, got about 15 people in here. Like always, 15 people and 3 likes. Make sure you hit the like button. I got more people in the chat than I have likes. So like I said, just do that, man, so we can be notified. So we can be notified that I'm on. If you do that for me, I'd appreciate it. BJ, what's going on? Ulysses, what's up? BJ said, nah, Jillian don't need to lead the UFC to be champion. She has just as good chance as everyone else. I'm gonna just say it that way. George, this will be, well, you said she just has as good a chance as anybody. Yeah, just as good as anybody. Like if you're comparing it to somebody, yeah. And that's very slim. George said this will be the first time in history a black woman is the main event of MMA promotion. Yeah, that's good. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's history. That's history in the making, especially for Loveth. If she can get it, that'll definitely cement some history there. So, yeah, respect to her, especially if she pulls this thing off. Okay. So, that's LFA. Let's jump to, we're going to go left to right, then we're going top to bottom, left to right. Let's talk about Jinyu Frey. Whoa, no. Hold on now. Got another strawweight fight on the LFA card. No, not everybody's too familiar with these names. Ashley Nichols and Hillary Rose. Just so you know, there is one more, and they are on the main card. They're not the co-main event, but they're a third fight from the co-main event. Third fight from the main event. So Ashley Nichols, Hillary Rose, stepping it up. So you got two strawweight fights on there for LFA. Good on them, right? All right, so let's talk Jinyu Frey, and Hannah Goldy. Now these are, see, Brian Williams trying to jump ahead. He taking my thing. I was about to say this is the battle of the best, probably the battle of the best physiques here. That's what this really is, like, because I've already said that on my previously. I said that Jinyu Frey and Hannah Goldy are probably two of the best physiques I've ever seen in the strawweight division. Well, next to Tisha Torres, I'll say Tisha and these two and Angela Hill, So, yeah, this fight, is definitely battle of the, they might as well make a belt for them. It's going to be like the fitness physique strawweights fighting here. Again, this isn't really like a big strawweight fight here for me, Jinyu Frey, she's a former atomweight, so I think she's still kind of growing into this division, if you will. She's very slim, very ripped, decent striking, but I think just doesn't really have that type of power to get the respect from some of these strawweights moving forward. Like, she has some good technique, but sometimes she won't let her hands go enough, She will not let her hands go enough. And that can kind of be her downfall. Now, she did score a good win against Gloria DePaula, in which, I'm sorry, I'm a Frey fan, but I countered her out, and I apologize for that. Because when it came down to skill, she did showcase a good ground game there. Like, she didn't try to strike with Gloria DePaula. She took the fight down to the ground. So she did show her well-roundedness there, right? Then she beat Ashley Yoder, which, I know a lot of people say that's not much, but at least she showed she's above their level, right? She broke a losing streak in the UFC, banged out 2 wins. Now taking on, another unranked fighter, Hannah Goldy. So maybe if she beats her, she'll get a low top 15. But in order to do that, you got to look good, man. You got to go in there and start finishing people. And, make some statements here. Hannah Goldy, her last win, armbar over Emily Whitmire. People won't consider that as much, but that's somewhat of a veteran. It's okay. It ain't a great win. It's a win, though. At least we can say that. But before that, lost a striking match to Diana Belbita. Before that, lost to Miranda Granger. She was out for like 2 years. So still questions about Hannah Goldy. We got to know where she's at. I know she's training partners with Jillian Robertson, so hopefully that's rubbing off. Hopefully Jillian is helping her work on that ground game, help her put that muscular physique to good use. She knows how to use that physical strength, because that's something she's going to need in this fight. Because I actually think this is a fight here that's going to make Jinh Yu Frey look well-rounded, actually. Jinh Yu Frey, like I said, sometimes doesn't let her hands go enough. But I think her technique when it comes to stand-up is better than Hannah Goldy's. And then I think her ground game is better than Hannah Goldy. So whatever Hannah Goldy brings here, I think Jinh Yu Frey is going to be able to cancel it out. She's going to be ready. I don't think she needs to really get in too much of a wrestling match here. I think Hannah Goldy can kind of maybe wear her down, her being a bigger fighter, because I was looking at some pictures of Hannah Goldy. Hannah Goldy was looking like a flyweight at times, man. She was looking like a flyweight in a couple fights. So, Jinh Yu Frey might want to keep it striking, keep it very, very technical with the stand-up here. But overall, I think she's better. I think Jinh Yu Frey is a much better skilled fighter than Hannah Goldy. And, maybe Hannah will have that chance on the ground, if anything, based off her physicality and size. But as of lately, I think Jinh Yu Frey is kind of wising up, started using that brain a little bit more, because that's what she's going to need in this fight. Yeah, I mean, like, Jinh Yu Frey has a great shape, I've always thought that. So definitely going to be a battle of the physique fights. Like, that's probably what everybody's going to be asking. Like, who do you think has a better physique? I prefer Jinh Yu Frey's shape better, as far as like, well, I can't say one's better than the other, you know what I mean? Like, just depends on what you're looking at. Like, what do you prefer, right? BP, what's up? He said, do you have Ebos beating Waterson? As of right now, I do. Ulysses said Frey's physique. Yeah. Goldy versus Frey is a cupcake fight for the Sims. Let's see. Brian Williams and Marco. Yeah, I agree. Both. Nunes is a tank. Okay. Let's see. James G, what's up? Robot Chicken Side was taking Gonzalez, now forced to take Nunes. I'm not sure if Ramona can handle the pressure and power. Well, we'll talk about that, because I don't think too many people are familiar with Pascual, but don't be thrown off now. Like, Nunes knocked out Bea Malecki. I'm not saying, it's not like much, but y'all got to go back and look at some Ramona Pascual's fights now. Rafael said Ebos will mix it up over Waterson. Yeah. George said Frey is probably better at 115. She just had to adjust. Okay, yes. Stamina said he prefers Frey's shape over Goldy's. Please and thanks, functionally and aesthetically. Yeah, I think hers is better for the fight. It's better for fighting. I mean, Hannah Goldy definitely can be one of the fitness models and so on, but I think as far as like movement, I'm looking at Jinh Yu Frey. Let's see, Jinh Yu Frey. Well, excuse me, Hannah Goldy, man, like I said, she be walking around looking like a flyweight. So you got to start factoring that stuff in too. Like, how much longer can she make this weight? How much longer can she make straw weight? All right. Sorry, I just look at that little bit of footage here. Let's see. Marco said he's got Frey. He thinks he's gonna win. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm going with Frey in this fight. I'm definitely going. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Junior Frey in this fight. I think all around better technically. You know, I think all around better technically. She can win it on the feet. If need be, she can win it on the ground. But I think that Goldy might go for the ground here and go for more of the clinch fighting. So Junior Frey will be able to break, use those moments to, use knees in the clinch. I think Junior Frey has some good tie clinches, good body attack, good straight left hand. So I got her winning by decision. I think I got her winning by decision. I think she has enough skill to do it. Let's see. So, yeah, let's go with, I'm going with her. Let me know who y'all think. Shoot, Hannah Goldy got to win this fight, though. You never know. That chopping block, yo. All right. Let's see. And before we jump to the next fight, like I always be telling y'all, look, y'all got like more than 4 people in the chat, but only like 4 or 5 likes. I'm like, okay, like 15 people in here. Like we do that, my notifications go out. So maybe I have to pin it up here just so people know. Yeah, because I'm counting more people in the chat. So I'm like, just hit the thumbs up, y'all. Like to come in here and talk, right? Want to know when I come on, right? Well, you got to hit that just so a notification or 2 will go out. It's free. So let's see what fight we gonna jump to next. Yeah, decision. Junior Frey by decision. What do y'all think? Stamina said, remember that pic I linked of you? I linked to you of her stood next to G-Rob. The weight classes did not tell the story in that photo at all. Yeah, where is that picture? Hold on, I think I have it. If I don't have it, I can pull it up. Hold on, where is it? Jillian. Yeah, well, when we saw it, I was like, G-Rob was looking more like the fighter that moves down to 115. And Hannah Goldy was looking more like the flyweight. Can't remember. Oh, yeah, here it is. I think this is the one you're talking about. Yeah, look at her arms versus hers. Hang on, I'm going to show y'all. In case some of y'all missed this picture, Stamina has sent me. Hold on. Bang, there it is. Is this the one you talking about? This one you talking about, Stamina? Yeah, Jillian look more like the straw weight here, and Goldy looks like the flyweight or possible bantamweight. Yeah, if that's the picture you're talking about, yeah, definitely looks like a flyweight there. Yeah. James G said, I think Frey won't be surprised if she fumbled. I think Frey, but won't be surprised if she fumbles the bag. Yeah. Yeah, because some of these fighters, they can just like fumble and disappoint you. Of course, the higher up the ladder you go, that won't happen because that's what separates levels, right? All right. Yeah, I think that's the one Stamina was talking about. But yeah, you can definitely like see the size right there. yeah, Stamina. Make it make sense, right? Like, make it make sense. Like, dang, how'd she get down to that weight? But yeah, she definitely has like her and Junior Frey definitely have like 2 of the best physically fit fighters at strawweight, though. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, but let me get these out of the way. Get that out the way. All right. Next fight. Josiane Nunes and Ramona Pascual. This fight taking place at 135. Now, when this fight was signed, I was kind of shocked. I was a little shocked that they reached out to Ramona Pascual that fast. I mean, she just jumped into Invicta. Just scored a big first round finish in Invicta. You know, she's like 6-2. You know, got a lot of finishes on her resume. But then again, I wasn't too surprised because I know how the UFC does. You know, they just grab somebody when they feel like they ready to grab them. Like, just grab anybody. You know, but not saying Ramona Pascual is anybody, but she fought at a pretty high weight in Invicta. And y'all know I told y'all to keep an eye on her. But this wasn't the eye that I meant. You know, this ain't the eye that I meant to keep an eye on her. I meant, like, maybe she could be a threat at, like, featherweight or lightweight. Like, Ramona Pascual has a lot of, you know, she has size. You know, her fight weight, what was it last time? I was like a catch weight of 150, I think. She could fight as high as 155. I mean, if you look at her physique. But she's coming down to 135, you know. And I never really pictured her in the UFC. Honestly, I thought she was going to go the route of PFL. You know, so when I was reading that they had signed her, I was like, I don't know if that's the best choice. I mean, there's a lot of other bantamweights that you can sign, you know. Like, again, Tanisha, you know, another missed opportunity. I mean, she's an actual Invicta FC bantamweight champion. But you go with the fighter that just signed one fight and been Invicta one time, not even at the weight, at a very high weight. So it's like, y'all got to make that make sense. So I don't know. It just seems like they don't really pay attention to that stuff, like accomplishments and size. Only when they wanted to, but for sometimes they'll just grab somebody. Like Ramona, yeah, don't get me wrong, good fighter. Stopped a lot of people. You know, lesser competition, but she's got a lot of stoppages. But I thought she would have fit in more along the leagues of like a Bellator featherweight division or PFL lightweight division, where, you know, that's a size that she can fit into, and girls more around her level, you know. Because let's say she comes in here, beats Josiane Nunes, can she stay at 135? You know, that's the question. You know, she's definitely not a bantamweight, in my opinion. You know, she definitely doesn't look like a bantamweight. Looks like, I said, a featherweight or higher. But we'll see, man. Looking at these two fighters, I mean, let's see. Josiane Nunes, you know, y'all know she made her debut against Bea Malecki. I know people are high on her off that win. They think she can pull this off, but it's still up in the air to tell. You know, Josiane Nunes kind of looks like a flyweight to me. You know, 5'2", 67-inch reach, that low center of gravity. You know, kind of low chin tuck, no neck, little tank. So I think her physique would be perfect, like, for flyweight to me. You know, she's going to be in for some big fights at bantamweight. I know everybody saw the power shot when Bea Malecki, but that's Bea Malecki, y'all. That's why I'm thinking this fight here could very well be Ramona Pascual as the win. I mean, to her fight, you know, 50-50. Because you go back and look at the movement of Ramona. She's in and out. For a fighter her size, she's very nimble. Got power. Good kicks. Combinations. So with that type of in and out style, she might play counterpuncher against Josiane. Let Josiane Nunes walk into something big. Because believe me, she's going to be dealing with a big bantamweight here. One that's going to want to move. Ramona Pascual, she'll probably make 135. Maybe. But when fight night comes, I'm sure she's going to blow up to like 145 or 150. Believe me. You know, she's going to blow up in this weight, in this fight. So moving forward, Josiane Nunes, I know she looks like a powerhouse to y'all, but it's got to be at a lower weight because I just think her size and frame overall is she gonna have trouble. She gonna have trouble with the more polished bantamweights as she moves on. Like you won't see her laying out Irene Aldana the same way, or stopping killing Vieira like she did Bea Malecki. No, you know, got to be around the weight where she can fit. And this fight could very well be that one that exposes that. You know, this could be that fight where Ramona looks like, well, I say looks like a killer, but this could be the one that shows that size difference in them holes. BJ said, is this fight at 145? No, 135. Because Josiane Nunes, is it? Hold on, let me check. Let me pull it up. That might be even worse. Yeah, okay, yeah, BJ. This is 145. Okay. Even worse. Even worse. That definitely puts it up now. That definitely puts more in favor of Ramona, in my opinion. Because, you know, Josiane's bantamweight, that should be a flyweight, fighting a featherweight that needs to be a lightweight. So, yeah, now it definitely goes more in favor of Pascual at 145, to me. Yeah, that's what I said. 145. Yeah, it's 145, which, makes my argument even stronger. Appreciate that. I think that it's definitely not going the distance, but I got to look at it, man. I got to look at it in favor of this movement because Ramona Pascual, okay, Robot Chicken says she may get hit a lot, but this ain't Bea Malecki. Bea Malecki ain't going to Ramona Pascual just not going to keep her back to the wall. She's just not going to keep her back to the wall. She's going to take control of the center here and look for opportunities to lure the puncher in, right? Yeah, you might get hit, but what can Josiane Nunes bring, right? What can she bring that's going to offset this bigger fighter here? Because again, she's going to come in heavier, and with that size, she might be able to be a little bit more durable to take punches. So we'll see. Josiane Nunes got to stay on the inside. She was successful with that against the long fighter, like Tyson. She kept dipping under. But who knows, man? Come up with an uppercut. Pascual might catch her. I prefer seeing Pascual at lightweight to me. I think her level, her competition should be around there. Yeah. I can't believe I missed that, too, because Chelsea Chandler had hit me up. I talked to her a little bit, and I saw that post. I was like, wow. If it was a featherweight fight, they could have got her. Which is another crazy thing. Like, if they wanted a legit featherweight, get Chelsea Chandler in there. I think that would have been a much better fit. Again, they just, I don't know what the UFC is doing when it comes to signing on this level. I don't know. George said Ramona had to do a catch weight back in Invicta. She's a natural 145er. I don't know. Look like a natural lightweight to me. Yeah, she did it. The catch weight 150. I know. But she looks more like a lightweight. Like the girl she was fighting, what's her name, Pachoiera? Yeah. Lafayette Kathy said Harrison gets the winner. Yeah, I can see that. Because I talked about it a little while back. I said if Pascual went the PFL route, she could fight in PFL and possibly be competition for Kayla. But if they keep her in the featherweight division here and build off of this, then boom. We have a potential featherweight for Kayla to maybe bring her, entice her to come over. But that's not enough. One is not going to be enough. Well, maybe that's why they got Norma Dumont, Macy Chase on fighting at 145, though. So maybe they're doing something. I don't know. But power on the inside, I'm going to go with Stamina said Danielle fights the loser. Danielle fights herself right now. Well, that's who she's having a war with right now. Oh, he crazy. What else though? Let me see what I'm gonna say about Nunes. Yeah, Jocelyn Nunes got to be the Tyson here, man. Like she did bad, got to take away the footwork of Ramona. Got to be on the inside, but I think Ramona might be a little bit. She might be prepared. Might be prepared for this style when it comes down to it. So sneakily, the UFC is kind of putting together some featherweights here now, right? Now that I know this is a featherweight, I got a little hope. Got a little bit of hope. I ain't going to get too much hope for the division, but we'll see. Because let's say Ramona wins. Ramona might do something crazy and be like, yo, Kayla, come over to 145 here. Right? No, but seriously, they should have put Chelsea in here. Like Chelsea Chandler, 145. Start there. Get your girls that have been around in Invicta, that need fights, that are inactive. Get them in there. That's how you start your division. But I don't know. It make too much sense, right? I just don't get it. Who am I picking though? Who y'all picking? Who y'all got? Jocelyn Nunes or Ramona? I'm gonna go Ramona. TKO. I'm gonna go Ramona Pascual by TKO in this one. But I don't know, man. Like Jocelyn Nunes ain't really got like a neck. She don't really have like a neck to be snapped. Like to be snapped, it's so tight, like her jaw is tucked in where she can't really be hit. Let me look at this. I'm trying to look at something here real quick. Hold on. Man, she ain't got no neck where you gotta hit her high up on the head to knock off her equilibrium. You gotta hit that ear or that temple. She ain't got no look how she keep her jaw tucked. I'm looking at the Bad Malecki fight, like she keep that jaw tucked. That upper body is kind of big. Maybe she is too big for flyweight. I don't know. What do y'all think? Like, I'm looking at her movements. Very overhand lefts. She just don't stop. Coming. Well, that is Bad Malecki again. Like, somebody else lands something big, you got to give him respect. Look at her. Bad ain't got nothing for her. She landing kicks, overhand lefts. All right. She got a high guard. Yeah, Jocelyn Nunes, she did have like a unusual frame for the bantamweight division. It might be tough to make flyweight. I don't know. That physique might come in favor. It might come into play. What's the word I'm looking for? It might come into be an advantage. Excuse me. It'll be an advantage at bantamweight maybe. I don't know. Still early to tell. Like she got a long jab too. For 5'2", her arms are kind of long. And then like her shoulders are just naturally like blocking her ears. She's just got a very unusual frame. It's very unusual. I don't know. I mean, I like what I've seen from Pascual, but this might be a tank. All right, now I'm gonna look at some Pascual right here. Let's see. Cause what was I? Hang on. Cause Jocelyn Nunes, what did I say? Yeah, 5'2", the 67-inch reach against a big striker here, 5'7", 66. So Jocelyn Nunes is used to being the shorter fighter, right? So she's already kind of adapted to how to fight a taller, longer fighter. That's why she's throwing a lot of overhands. you know. But again, Ramona Pascual is not going to be stationary. Like, she ain't going to be standing straight in front of her. She's going to be throwing back. You know, big fighter. You know, she dealing with a big fighter here. So I'm leaning towards Pascual a little bit here. I know the fight ain't going the distance either, man. It's gonna be big. But I don't know, man. Like, we'll see if 145 is fit for her. Remember, Ramona Pascual is 33. You know, that's why I kind of wanted to see her jump in that PFL realm, fight somebody like Kayla. Yep. Yeah. BJ said Nunes was there. Derek Lewis in that Malecki fight. Stephen said, I'm going to reserve my side eye for now, but the optics on that are not great early on. Yeah, I'm looking at a good fight. When it comes down to, I'm just looking at, there's going to be some bombs thrown. Maybe a little blood in this fight, but mostly stars. Somebody going to be seeing stars. Let's see. Yeah, Janae Harding beat her too, right? Yeah. Yeah, Janae Harding does have a win, right? Yeah, Janae Harding has a win over Mola Pascual. Okay. Yeah, George. The UFC needs Chelsea and Olga Rubin. Like, Olga Rubin, since she been cut, I was like, man, y'all didn't even like. Well, I guess it was down to the pandemic situation, but Olga Rubin is needed. Like, that's a good fighter right there. You haven't had too much from her. You know what I would do? I would have signed Chelsea and Olga, put them in the octagon in the UFC. I'm telling you, that would be good. That would be hype. Sign both of them. Y'all want to make a featherweight division? Sign Chelsea, Olga, put them in there. Make them fight. You know? Ravioli said Bea looked so flat in that fight. Did she say anything about a bad weight cut? I think she said something about a bad weight cut, but she's got some other issues. She's got some other issues going on with her. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this fight. Ramona or, I don't know, Josie, and I kind of lean towards Ramona as right now. But let's go to the fight we all looking forward to on this card for WMMA. You know, one prediction I might be right about in this fight is that there will be blood. Jin Yoon Kim and Priscilla Cachoeira. All right. Jin Yoon Kim and Priscilla Cachoeira. This one here is going to be some fireworks. All right. Jin Yoon Kim, I think she's coming to bring it. You know, she's on a 2-fight losing streak right now. Got outboxed 2 times. It's crazy because, you know, she's known as a pressure fighter and a boxer, but the minute she stepped her game up against the much better boxers like Molly McCann and Alexa Grasso, she was just getting outworked. Like, everybody can argue the Molly fight. Jin Yoon Kim won that, some people will say, but I don't know. I thought Molly still did some good work in there, bullied her a bit, you know, used her speed, in and out on a faster fighter. And of course, Grasso did the same, but Grasso got touched up a little bit. You know, Jin Yoon Kim's like a lower level WMMA version of George Foreman almost. You know, straight come forward, no reverse gear, unless you can push her back or hit her with a jab. She's straight coming forward on you, right? Got the size, you know, 5'7", long reach, 72-inch reach. Just knows nothing but offense. But with that being said, we got another fighter in there known for offense. Priscilla, the zombie girl Cachoeira, 5'7" with a 65-inch reach. So both the same height, but Jin Kim's got them long arms. But this is what Priscilla Cachoeira wants. She wants somebody that doesn't force her to thumb you in the eye. She wants somebody that's going to stand in front of her and let her get these shots off. They don't want somebody that's going to take her down. Want somebody that's going to be right there. So this fight might be like who's the best example here? Like I seen like in boxing, like George Foreman and, well, not George Foreman and Joe Frazier, because that was just like George all day. But two people that want to just throw bombs. I guess like Gotti and Ward or something. You know, Mickey Ward and Arturo Gotti. You know, no reverse, no off, no defense. Just coming straight in, throwing bombs. And Cachoeira, this is what she wants. This is what she needs. So, like I said in the past, Priscilla Cachoeira, she's found her realm where it's to be an exciting fighter, try to get finishes, get finishing bonuses on the unranked level. And as long as she can stay in that realm, it's all good, you know. I think Cachoeira doesn't really have to, like, this ain't a thinking fight for her. It's not a thinking fight for her. So it's really going to come down to who can withstand what, who can land more. In my opinion, Jin Yu Kim's got to land more, because I don't really see her knocking out Cachoeira like that. You know, but Cachoeira has the power to crack that Kim chin, in my opinion. You know? But one question is, like, man, like, how many years has she taken off of her life? Like, we're just taking bombs like that from that Valentina fight, you know, Cachoeira. You know? Same with Jin Yu Kim, man. They be eating these punches. It's like, it ain't nothing. I mean, I love watching it now. If they want to do it, more power to them. But, you know, I like defense myself. But, you know, I'm going to definitely watch this. This is the one I'm really looking forward to in the card. I might have to do a fight companion with this one. You know, I'm going to pull out some pizza. Maybe. Sit back. Turn the stream on. And we'll watch this fight together. I mean, this is a fight we got to watch together, I think, right? This fight you got to do a fight companion with. I mean, it's just bombs. It's just bombs all day. And they know it, too. That's why it's like the Coco main event, as I like to say. It's the third fight from the main event. And, I mean, from there, I mean, shoot, we got Bobby Green coming back, too. I might have to call that one, too. So we got some good stuff up here. See, they know. They know this is a good one. You know, they put these ladies like this or higher on the list. Now, this flyweight fight, it's not even like a flyweight fight. I'm measuring as who's next for like a potential threat. It's just a good fight to enjoy, right? That's all it is. Oh, man. Ulysses said Kim is not UFC material. Yeah, this fight here might be the one to say that if she goes in here and doesn't make adjustments. Ryan Williams said Kim has a chin. I don't really see her getting knocked out in this fight, but I could be wrong. Lafayette Kathy said, man, that Ward Gotti fight was one of the best you ever seen. Try 3. You know? You mean the first one? Because, I mean, shoot, what was it, 3 of them? All 3 of them was something. You know, all 3 of them fights, well. Robot Chicken said, I agree, Ulysses, too bad she doesn't know how to use her reach like Jones or Fiorot. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Jin Yu Kim has so many good attributes that she just don't know how to use, like height, reach, and you know, the frame for a division like flyweight. Like, she has so many advantages if she just learned how to use them. You know, if she just knew how to use all of them things like height, reach, put a little bit of work in her timing, she would be dangerous. She would be dangerous. But yeah, look, prediction in this one is going to be blood. Just really go in here and look to enjoy a brawl here. That's how I see this fight. This is going to be just a chill fight. Sit back, enjoy it until somebody gets knocked out. That's what it is with this fight. That's what it is. BJ said Jillian Robertson ate Priscilla up, but Priscilla gonna knock her out. But Priscilla gonna knock Kim out. He said, BJ, that's the only fight Priscilla took that kind of damage in, though. Ravioli said, I wouldn't be surprised if we got another brutal Priscilla KO. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I mean, when the fighter stands in front of you, you know, it's just like chopping down a tree. You got the right tool, then you can chop it down. Right? Yeah, so I'm gonna lean. Let me see. Luana Carolina has some nice success on she has some good success against Priscilla Cachoeira, but I don't see Jin Kim having that type of movement. I'm gonna go with Cachoeira. What about y'all? I'm going with Cachoeira. I think Cachoeira's gonna win. Maybe bloody decision or TKO. Bloody decision or TKO. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. All right. Let's see here. Last but not least. Now this is an unranked fight that does stand for something because these two still have some good skills about them, and still young and still improving, I think, with their styles. Jillian Robertson is back. She is stepping in. Ariane Lipski's out. Jillian Robertson's in against JJ Aldrich. That's right. JJ Aldrich has a new opponent stepping in March 12th. The UFC Fight Night card, right? Let me see. Why did Ariane step out? Why did Ariane Lipski have to pull out of this fight? Here we go. Let's look on Twitter here. Anybody got the information about it? Let's see. Ariane Lipski's out. JJ Aldrich will now fight Jillian Robertson in the UFC event March 12th. That was from Marcel Dorf on Twitter. Somebody said better fight than the original. Dang. Somebody said I got Aldrich by grappling advantage. And somebody replied to him and said, you drunk. Wow. Where? Let me see. Somebody, I'm just reading some tweets here. Somebody said, met Jillian Robertson in Vegas, congratulated her on her victory. She couldn't have been less appreciative if she tried. Next time I won't say anything. Maybe caught the person in the wrong time, maybe, or I don't know. Let me see. Somebody said we were in a room with a bunch of fighters. I paid for my ticket to that event with Jillian has to her name. Wow. I should have expected to go ask her to go get me a coffee. Dang. But these these comments be tripping me out sometimes. I mean, yeah, y'all just gotta go to Twitter and read it. I mean, it's funny. I got a Twitter, but I don't using it too much. Maybe I need to. It's funny. Yeah, this dude, he got to be a little salty. He said we were in a room. He put it out here, so I'm going to read it. He said we were in a room with Justin Gaethje, Thug Rose, Figueiredo, Arvolsky, Chiesa, Kenny, Weidman. I paid more for my ticket than that event than Jillian was as to her name. I should have asked her to get me a coffee. Dang. Yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, I don't see information on why Ariane Lipski pulled out. Maybe on this site does. Well, we'll come back and talk about that. But anyway, the fight's been changed. BJ said, y'all seen Joanna talking about Kobe again? She talked about that a while ago. I mean, yeah, she been on him for a minute. Did she say something new again? Goodness. Yeah, Stam, as I said, like, I mean, whatever happened, just keep it to yourself. I mean, you put it out there, so I'm going to read it and just kind of show how y'all get so emotional. I mean, maybe the person was just in another state at the time. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, I mean, yeah, what do you want him to do? I mean, like, yo, thank me for a fight, I'll be like, okay, I appreciate it. Like, what do you want them to do? You know? Australia, what's going on? Australia back in the building. They see him in a minute. But yeah, Ariane Lipski's out. This kind of changes the texture of the fight. I actually liked the matchup the first time. I mean, for the first fight, I like I like Aldrich versus Lipski because it was going to be, a good stand-up fight. I thought it was going to be like technician versus another technical puncher. I thought that it would have been a nice, just a nice stand-up battle. A chance for JJ Aldrich to go in there, utilize some different things, like even going to the ground in this fight. But now that you're dealing with Jillian Robertson, kind of changes the texture here. Now she's got to be more of a stand-up fighter here, using her takedown defense, avoiding the ground at all costs. The thing is, I consider, Jillian Robertson more of a specialist here. She's more the specialist, the ground specialist. JJ Aldrich is more working towards being a well-rounded fighter. You go back and look at a lot of her fights. She's the one to go in there, strike when she has to, use her wrestling. She's been willing to do a little bit of everything, depending on the situation now. So I like that about her. I like that. Like, that's why I say, I see a specialist versus a well-rounded fighter. Sometimes you can make it as a specialist, sometimes you can't. For Jillian Robertson, I think she has to get to a point where she can become well-rounded as well. You can't just be a specialist in this type of division. For Jillian to make it, she's got to be well-rounded. And that's why JJ Aldrich, she's taking that approach. And this is the fight to test her well-roundedness. See if she can keep it standing. See if she can use her inside clinch game to counter the strength of Jillian. Work on her overall boxing ability and just ability to turn angles. A lot of opportunities in this fight against G-Rob for Aldrich to make herself look better. You can go in there and beat the fighter that has, third place in the most wins in the flyweight division, because who was it, Valentina, Chikagan, and Jillian, right? So yeah, this is JJ's chance to go in there, show her well-roundedness, and move on from here, so she can get where she needs to be. Like, technically, I like JJ Aldrich. I like her style. I'm a fan of that type of style. I like her stand-up. I like the fact that she's going in there and working on everything. Jillian, I think she's somebody that, gives us what we expect. The submissions, the ground and pound finishes. Still just need to see more before. Well, it's obvious, we got to see more because she's still unranked. It still loses to those fighters like the Mirandas and the Taylors, so got to be, this one has to be a fight where it's not necessarily well-roundedness that we see, but it has to be an improvement where she lacks to get to her strength, if that makes sense. Got to see some improvements in her footwork and her hand game here. It's got to be some improvement on her hands here to make us say we can go further. So yeah, a little early to tell. I'm not going to do a prediction yet. I just wanted to give my thoughts on this one here. Jillian, this is her chance again to possibly get to the top 15 after this fight. I was hoping that it was going to be Melissa Gatto, but it's not working out that way because Ariane had to pull out of this fight. Let's see. But she needs this win. Definitely needs this win. Because let's see. May have the most wins, but yeah, she was on a 2-fight losing streak. She broke that with Priscilla Pachoiera. Got to step to that next level. Going to that next level. Hey, from there, maybe she'll get a one more fight before a top 15. We'll see. But you got to go in there and show up against J.J. Aldrich. I think J.J. Aldrich's been making some nice improvements. Very good change with elevation. Right? That's who she's with, right? She's with elevation, right? Yeah. Looking back at the resume, JJ got some good names on her resume too. This comes up short sometimes, you know. The Mazo fight, that was a split, could have gone either way, I think. And oh man, that Macy fight, she could have won that until she ate them big punches and got knocked out, boy. But those are really like the only fights that kind of, you know, set her back. You know, hasn't really like gone on like a losing streak. Still always kept her level. So gotta get better. You know, just keep getting better from here. Don't try to, you know, feel like, oh, I'm good to go. You always gotta make those improvements. To, you know, to be able to even consider the, like, look, I want to be able to put JJ. I want to be able to switch somebody out and put JJ Aldrich on my quadruple threat one day. Because I might start flexing people out as they get higher or lower. Yes, I'm going to start flexing people out, man. JJ Aldrich, I want to put her in there one day, but she just, you know, ain't coming with the thunder. Like the beast, you know. The beast, the only beast, Manon. Or Taylor, you know what I mean? Oops. Ooh. Let's see. What are y'all talking about? Australia said, who's this new signing? Ramona Pascual. Josian's going to give her the business, I think. We'll see. I mean, I agree. Like, I wish they would have signed her to, PFL instead, Australia. Like, if you heard me talk about her, I've talked about her over here. I never said to sign her to the UFC, but I think she could be trouble for Kayla at a higher weight. Or, you know, she could make her way through PFL against some of those type of fighters. But, you know, now that I know it is featherweight, they could have signed some other fighters and take on Josian, in my opinion. So, we'll see. JJ's skill set is nice, but her ability to bite down ain't too good. She crumbles quicker than most of her peers when the storm comes. Yeah, level up. Yeah, Crumble. I think Crumble is too harsh on JJ. Like, let's just say she doesn't hit that next level. Like, she doesn't level up. Like, I can't say she crumbles. Like, based off of one fight that she lost against Macy, okay, that wasn't really like crumbling. You got stopped. And the Sabina fight could have gone either way, but I think she just hits a plateau against some of these fighters. Like, she doesn't level up. Like, she stays on the same level. She never really like crumbles. Like, crumble is like I want to say Lana Carolina, Courtney Casey. Yeah, Courtney Casey, Angela Hill. I seen them crumble. Who else crumbles, like visibly crumbles in a fight? Like, you can see it. They just don't step it up. Yeah, I don't really like see her crumble, like, man, even mentally. Like, I just don't see her go up. Just see her stay. You know? Robot says she crumbled against Macy. Nah, I mean, got knocked out, got stopped. You know? I don't think it was the fact that she just like crumbled. I mean, that could have been anybody. You know? To me, like, crumbling is just like going through the whole fight, not finding a way to win. And I haven't really seen that off of two losses. Like, I can't say that. Good example, BJ. Yeah, Sarah McMahon crumbles. There you go. Yeah. I was trying to think to 135 because there's a lot of them there. Yeah, Sarah McMahon. You know, that's a good one. You know, fighters already ahead, winning, and all of a sudden they do something, you know, just, I won't say reckless, but just like, just go off the deep end and go to sleep. Sleep in the fight and they get slept. Yeah. She didn't crumble against Macy. She just didn't take advantage of that knockout. Like, in my opinion, that's more of an IQ thing. Like, that's more of an IQ thing where she just didn't take advantage of what she had, stayed on the same level, and it's just the fact that Macy Barber leveled up. Like, no, like, Aldrich didn't crumble or go down. Like, she just underestimated Barber. Didn't think Barber was going to level up. Barber leveled up. And boom. Right? Robot Chick said Belbita crumbles. Antonina crumbles. Yeah, see, those better examples. There you go. Those, yes. Antonina crumbles. Like, big difference between JJ and Aldrich. Big difference. But she does. Like, Antonina, I mean, just look at that Caitlin Kagan fight. Like, you can see it in her face, too. Like, when she down, like, when Caitlin was, like, taking her down, putting her on her back, just looking up in the air, it's like, oh, man, like, is this going to be over yet? You know, that's the kind of feeling you get from them fights, you know. Ravioli said Jillian crumpled against Macy, too, then. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, well, if you think that, then you have to say that about her, which neither one of them did, but I know what you mean. Yeah, like, I didn't say that. Like, Jillian didn't crumble. But if you were going to say JJ did, you would have to say she did. But neither one really did, in my opinion. I mean, why don't I pull them up and I'll be the judge of that right now? They were quick fights anyway, right? Hang on, man. I'm gonna pull up both fights and just look at it. Where's that my UFC Fight Pass? Robot Chicken said, "Nah, Jillian looked scared in that fight." And I didn't see JJ didn't look scared. If anything, JJ didn't look scared in that fight at all. All right, y'all, here we go. We're going to cut straight to the knockout so we can see what was in their eyes. Aldrich. I'm going to watch the Aldrich fight first. Dang. Oh. Whoa. Why they always got to start with the volume so high? Okay. Let's see what we got here, y'all. I'm just kind of flipping around here. Ooh, right away. Hard right hand from JJ Aldrich. I'm like 2 minutes into the fight. Let's see here. I'm just looking at the part where she troubles. I'm just flipping through it. She looked like she was always in it. I think she was just hurt. Just got hurt from that one shot. So she just tried to shell up. Like, I don't think she gave up. It was just like, no, I think I'm done here. So you would try to the very end, then boom, hard left hand, hard right hand. And that's just like, yeah, then she just ate a few punches. Like, yeah, like, I didn't see her like just say, oh, this is over. No, like her, the way she was holding her nose too, she had to go down. That was mostly just like physical pain that put her out. Now, let me look at what Jillian Robertson looked like when she got stopped by Macy Barber. Let's see what G-Rob looked like versus Macy Barber. Decimated 550. Dang, they keep doing this sound thing on me. Decimated 550. What's going on? He said Bear Malecki has announced that she has bad brain injury symptoms. Put details on IG. She took too many shots to the dome. Yeah, I saw that. I'm going to talk about that too, man, because I hate to see that happen. I mean, that's why I stress defense, man. Like, if I had a fighter, I would stress defense all day long. Like, I don't care what the fans say. I don't care what people say about finishes. I want my fighter to win, you know? That's why I mess with Caitlin Chikagan, because I'm like, you know, you fight a safety first fight, you don't come out with brain damage. I'll go to decision all day on you, you know what I mean? Like, as long as I'm winning the fight, I don't care. Y'all ain't gonna help me when I'm in a wheelchair or half blind. You ain't gonna pay my bills. So I'm gonna fight how I wanna fight. All right, let's look at Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson trying to switch levels here. She throwing strikes. Try to switch levels. She circling lateral movement here. Macy Barber just coming forward. Ooh, hard right hand from Macy Barber. All right, clinches up. Macy tries to pull her down here. Nah. Well, Jillian tries to pull her down. Macy's on top. Landing some hard fists to Jillian's side of the head. Jillian, nah, man. Macy kind of too big. She can't get her down. All right, Jillian trying to pull Macy down. She too big, though. All right, she clinching her up. Kind of like how JJ Aldrich is doing. She's clinching up here. Macy pushing that face off. Like, Jillian's got the body lock here, but partially got the body lock. But Jillian Robertson is, but Macy just too big. Like, she's using the fence well to stay up. Jillian's trying to knee, foot stomp, trying to take away the legs, but Macy's still, like, staying up with her back. Now she's pulling a reverse. Oh, hard elbows to the head from Macy Barber. Jillian's going, man. Jillian trying to take her down. Jillian ain't gonna get her down like this. Reversed. Macy's got her back to the fence, looking for that big shot. Lines her up. Right hand, left hand. Right hand, left hand. Right hand, left. Jillian is gone. Can I say she crumbled? Hard shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's still trying. She locks up to avoid the beating. Elbow. Macy lines up them big elbows. Hard elbows. Hard left hand. Throwing bombs. Referee stepped in. No, she didn't crumble. She fought the wrong fight because she started trading, but she had to because she was trying to get out. Nah, Jillian didn't crumble in that fight. Neither one of them crumble. That's not the definition of crumble. Like, she just trying to throw in there. Nah, I just watched the whole thing, Robot Chicken. I watched how she retreated. You got to find range. You can't just stay in there. Like, she tried to find range and she just failed. Like, once you get hit, that's not crumbling. Like, and when you step back and try to find distance, that's not crumbling. Like, physically, I mean, we say she crumbled because, you know, she failed physically to the power. You know, if your brain just shuts off, that's it. But I mean, like, mentally, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, I don't think the fact that she was on the back foot meant that she crumbled, because she still kept throwing back. To me, like, crumbling is just like when you lose all sense of you as yourself as a fighter in there, and you just like, you have no chance, and you just look like you don't belong in there anymore. She still had the instincts of a fighter. Like, her instincts weren't gone to fight back. Boom. So, you know. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see what goes on in this fight coming up with JJ Aldrich, y'all. You know, we'll see. BJ said Macy kind of broke Jillian. Jillian didn't crumble. Macy punished her. With that being said, in that situation, Montana will fire back. Yeah, I think Montana, when she has a target, she will let go, and Montana hits harder. Ulysses, Marina Rodriguez made that girl crumble in Dana White's Contender Series. Yes, now that is a fact. That is a fact. That is the perfect example of crumbling. That's what I'm talking about. When somebody says no mas and turns away and says, what am I doing here? That is a perfect example of crumbling. What else, though? Any other fights I want to talk about? Well, I got Fiorot up here again. So let's go in a little bit, man. My full breakdown for Manon and Jessica I is next week. So be on the lookout for that. We're just going to talk about the fight as a whole. What does Manon have to do? So as we get closer, 2 more weeks, Manon Fiorot has a number 9 coming up in Jessica I. And this is her fight, man. This is Manon's chance. You know, this is it. This is it now, you know, to get into that top 10. You know, I think Manon, this is what I'm saying. Look, Manon is more in a state of proving herself against these fighters, and you know, proving her skills are enough to beat these fighters and get better along the way. She doesn't really have to take a back seat and wait 4 years like a younger fighter, right? Let's see. Happy belated birthday to Manon. Her birthday was February 17th. She's now 32, right? So got to be on the move now. So with Manon at this age and knowing it's crunch time, she's trying her best to stay on that path, like taking everything she knows and going into these fights against, you know, longtime veterans of the UFC and putting it all together as she moves, improves along the way. And that's how she's just kind of moving with it. Like, it's different than a young fighter that's just coming into the game, like a Casey O'Neill. Like, Casey O'Neill, still raw, still needs to be molded. Why you think she put the timestamp out there? Casey needs 4 years. Whereas Manon, I don't think she needs as long, because she knows more of an instinct as a long-time fighter and a full-grown woman here that knows what she needs to do to be a champion, right? Been champion on lower levels, won, you know, numerous karate tournaments, kickboxing, MMA tournaments and other levels. So she knows what to do even on this high level. You know, so I know going into this fight, Manon is going to be ready for everything that Jessica presents. She knows she's dealing with a veteran. And if anything, this is kind of like some of those dogs and those brawlers that she fought on the lower MMA circuit. You know, she was always prepared for that. And I think throughout the past year and past few months, she's been putting it all together and getting stronger, getting more precise with her striking, you know, to really make this statement against Jessica I. You know, and though Jessica I think can bring some veteran skills into this fight, she's also going to bring some veteran ways. And by that, I mean, can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? A lot of fighters at this point are set in their ways. You know, Jessica I is set in her ways. So though she might present some trouble that a newcomer like Manon hasn't faced before, she's also going to have some things that Manon can expose and shut down early, right? Like the jab of Jessica. I give it credit. It's a very good jab. She likes to box. That's good stuff, right? That can get her to a certain level. But Manon being a well-rounded striker herself, well-rounded kickboxer, Manon can shut a jab down in that southpaw stance, just like that, with her check right hook, or she can shut the jab down by throwing the kicks to the side of the body, right? So there's a lot of things in here that I may have in her favor if you're just like a green fighter that doesn't use your IQ. But somebody like Manon that has these many tools on the stand-up, it can be overwhelming if you know how to execute, right? And we've seen her execute time and time again with kicks and the punches. So I think Manon has that well-roundedness about her on the feet that can cancel out a lot of that work. Jessica, I think she has good wrestling, good ground game. Well, you're looking at a strong, physical fighter in Manon Fiorot that has an underrated ground game. People don't think she has a ground game, but she definitely does, And I think one thing that's going to really contribute to her ground game in this fight is her size and her physicality, because she knows how to get that top control and use her body. And it's not just about laying and praying with Manon. Manon likes to throw hammer fists and be active in the guard. She can transition well to side control and get that ground and pound in. Her ground and pound is vicious, right? So where I seen, just going back and looking at some of these fights with Jessica where I seen Cynthia Calvillo have success, I think a big flyweight can definitely take advantage of that. I know styles make fights, but if it goes to the ground, Manon has more on her side than Calvillo did if it goes down there. If it goes down to the ground, I think she can get that work in and get the finish either on the ground or on the feet, But Robot Chicken said Manon second round TKO. It's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible. I mean, I hasn't been in here since how long now? Let me see. Let's factor in she's been out because of an injury. In the last fight, she suffered a big gash over the forehead. Dang. This could be fun city for Manon, you know what I mean? Like target practice if she stays on her game. She's been out since July. The injury kept her out since July. She was supposed to fight Andrea Lee at the end of the year, but they had to cancel that fight, right? Yeah. But she actually hasn't experienced a win since what was it? Viviane Araújo, which was like 3 years ago. So that's another factor that could be dangerous, though. That could be dangerous. Sometimes these fighters go on like a losing streak, they come back dangerous and they're like, yo, I can't lose again. They're like, I can't do it. My career's on the line. I want to stick around a little bit longer. I got to get back in there. I got to win. Who she lose to? Calvillo, JoJo, and Jennifer Maia. And Jennifer Maia fight, it was pretty close. But I think Jennifer Maia just had the how would you put it? Lack of IQ in that fight and made Jessica look better than she really is. But also I think the blood started to really go in favor of Jennifer Maia in that fight. But this could be one of those situations. Could be one of those situations where, this fighter here is going to bring her on. Or Jessica could just say, look, I'm just coming to get the check. Let's see what we can do. Then Manon goes in there, blasts her out. But I ain't going to, like I said, I'm definitely not counting Jessica out because her durability is there. She's tough. And sometimes toughness can frustrate fighters. If you can't stop them, sometimes you get frustrated. But I don't think that will happen because, Manon got the victory last time by decision. Just stayed up on her game, just kept working. Stoppage never came, but she just stayed on it, right? Same thing might come here. But when it comes down to it, she definitely has everything to stop her. And I want to see her stop her. Like, how many people are going to be disappointed if she doesn't stop Jessica? Let's be real. How many of y'all going to be disappointed if Manon doesn't stop her? I mean, I know she needs to win, but she kind of needs a stoppage to make the road to the title shot even more so enticing, right? We got to see her get that stoppage to make people really want to put her on the map now. This will be her 4th win. We want to kind of erase the last fight because casual fans still don't give her credit for that. They think, she just didn't perform well, which I think she did. But I'll take a victory. I mean, I'll take a victory, but as a whole, I would love to see her put a highlight reel by finishing a veteran. Finish a veteran, be the second person to stop her. That's a tough task, I know. But all around, if everything comes into play, she can execute. Should be no reason that she can't. The openings are there. The blueprint on how to beat her is there. But when it all comes down to it, gotta get that victory though. Ulysses said, I won't be disappointed if she dominates the fight. Yeah, me either. I won't be. I'll love to see her just, put a whooping on her. But I just know people are going to be like, oh, man, Jessica, I already been knocked out by Shevchenko. Or, she's already got 9-10 losses. Like, why couldn't she stop her? I know how fans do. Like, they'll say, oh, she couldn't stop I. Not many people have stopped I except Shevchenko. Right? But, anyways. We'll see. All right. I actually recorded a video I need to put out with, I did a video talking about Tisha Torres and the Mackenzie Dern fight, so I won't talk about that too much here. I got a video coming with that because I know some people asked me about that, and I'm looking forward to that fight. I haven't been talking about strawweight as much, it seems like, right? Hang on. MMA Art said something. Okay, MMA Art, I meant to go back and read your comment. He said, I just saw your video about Pena's opinion of Nunes leaving ATT. I think Pena knows why Nunes want to leave is because someone from Amanda's camp told Pena that Amanda wasn't training. No trust there. Yeah. I had heard about that. That's how I was hitting around. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in there. Like, if we hearing it from the outside, imagine, what's really going on in that camp. Yeah, man. So somebody fills her in and says, yo, she's not training. That is dirty. And that's why I respect Nunes's ground to just say, look, I'm gonna branch off, do my own private training, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Hang on, just reading a comment here. Just reading a comment from another video. But yeah, that's a good point about that though, man. Because there's always somebody in the camp that's gonna be salty or a hater. Ryan Williams says she doesn't need a stoppage. Who else has stopped? This is a big jump in competition. A win is impressive no matter what. All right. I'm gonna hold y'all to that. Like, I feel the same way, but I know a lot of people are still gonna be talking trash if she just go in there and win a decision. I know people are gonna be like, oh, she couldn't stop her. She couldn't stop somebody with 10 wins. TJ said Malone doesn't win in impressive fashion. It'll hurt her prospects. So a win is a win. Doesn't work here. Yeah. See? Like, when you're looking at the big picture, yeah, a lot of people are going to say, oh, it don't matter. What are they going to say? It matters. They'll be like, uh-oh. Because they're already kind of saying that about the Mayra Silva fight. So I'm already prepared for people to start saying the same thing here. You know. She just said also people keep saying Agapova was using drugs, etc. Has that been proven, or is it all we have to go on is Marina say so? Not just Marina say so from word. You know, it's been other people as well. You know, other people in other reports where it just came to that she had to go for those, for those matters. But whether it was like he say, she say, like as a champion like Amanda, I really wouldn't want to be around all that. I would just be like, man, is this what y'all worried about here? Like whether or not, like I just be like, yo, I don't want to hear that. I'm trying to train. And it seems like it just kind of splits the messes up the energy in a fight gym and puts people in a different place. Yeah, it's got to be somewhat dominant. Like I definitely want to see her go in there and dominate. I want to see her, even if like the stoppage doesn't come, I definitely want to see her. I want to see her dominate. Like I'll definitely take a domination, full like 3-round beating. But it's still like, I don't know, man. Like, I know it's got to be somewhat record breaking, like up there with Valentina, to really, really make her this next big threat, like, oh, she's the second person to stop her, so I can see that side. Yeah, like if it is like a split, it can't be a split. I mean, it has to be 30-27 or at least a 30-27, but it really does have to be a stoppage at this point, huh? Australia said Manon needs a better performance than she did versus Mayra, and she won't have the excuse this time. Right. Mayra Silva versus Wu Yanan. Yeah, I think it's at 135 too. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. Like, after that last performance, people are going to want to see the 100 Manon, and they will want to see full-on dominance. Full-on stoppage, excuse me. Ulysses said, I seen a video of Agapova screaming to a guy inside a car. He said, suspect situation. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what the situation is there, man. Like, I really don't, but I think Marina Moreau was wrong for kind of putting it out there. If it had nothing to do with her, I would have just left it alone. If it ain't her business, don't try to. If it didn't involve you, just leave it alone. I mean, y'all are in the same camp, so just leave that alone. But like, if you just kind of said it for hurtful purposes, don't do that. Gabriella said, flyweight in a couple of years will be competitive. Flyweight has a lot of prospects. Most are young. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Like, we be talking about that over here all the time. Gabriella, maybe you knew. Yeah, but yeah, we always be talking about that. Like, even like when Valentina retires, there's still a lot of good fighters here. You know what I mean? Like, the 20-something unranked fighters should make up a good division. They'll make up a good division. Who you have now that's in the division will be interesting. So yeah, it's good fighters. Good young fighters too. George said, I see Manon taking on either Andrea Lee or Alexa Grasso for the next title shot. For the title eliminator, yeah. Both are good fights. I think the Lee fight would be good, though. Stamina said, I disagree. I think a loss to I hurts Manon, since aside from Caitlin Kidd, nobody really respects any of the fighters I beat. A win from Manon sets the tone for it. Oh yeah. Yeah, a loss will hurt her in this situation. Like, I think a loss would actually hurt her more than Casey O'Neill losing to Roxanne. And I say that because I'm going off of the way I gauge him, right? Because I say Manon is more polished than Casey. So if she winds up losing to Jessica I, then that would hurt her more than a green fighter like Casey losing to Roxanne, right? Like if Roxanne beat Casey, I think that would have just been a green situation. Like, okay, 24 years old, still lacking. I would have understood that. But if this one happens, yeah, it'll hurt her more than like if Casey lost to Roxanne. Stray said, any update on Chikagan's contract? None yet. None whatsoever. I don't even think she really talks about it on her podcast either. I mean, she's still in the rankings, so maybe she'll be back. Haven't heard anything. Still a free agent. Yep. It's been about a month now, right? Yeah. Caitlin Chikagan's career earnings. Let's see. They put that up here, huh? Let's see. Her fight earnings. Oh, yeah, she be. Ooh, okay. Wait a minute now. I'm looking at her career earnings. Caitlin Chikagan. No wonder she likes to fight often, though. I mean, you would think that. Yeah, I can understand why these fighters, they complain about their pay. Because, like a boxer, like, for example, like a Danny Garcia, doesn't even hold a belt anymore. He's making $2 to $3 million a fight. But some of these fighters, their career earnings don't, after like 10, 11, 12 fights, they add up to just $1 million. I'm like, wow. Yeah, they need to get paid more. I'm like, wow. I mean, I can see why some of them like to stay active, but because they see those 5 and 6 figure paydays add up. But I think that's why some fighters, they get pissed off with it, because they're like, man, I should be getting more. Like, I'm putting a lot on the line. I'm doing all these hard training camps. I got bills. I deserve more than this. Especially when you think about the ones that take fights on short notice. Let's see. For example, her payday for Jessica Andrade, $75,000, $65,000 to show, $10,000 fight week incentive pay. To fight Jessica Andrade, you get $75,000. I think she deserved like at least $275,000. Fighting a dangerous fighter like that. That's why she's quick to take a lot of fights too, because they add up, but still it takes a lot to add this up. And this ain't including like sponsorship and all of that, or any of the other bonuses. But still. Interesting, man. Interesting though. TJ said Alexa Grasso. Karen, Alexa Grasso, Montez in a title shot. Lamb to the slaughter. Huh. Am I reading something wrong? Alexa Grasso, Abigail Montez. Like a run-on sentence. The name's there. Maybe I'm lost. Gabriella said, I think Taylor Santos should fight Jennifer Maia so she could possibly have a win over a top 5 contender. Okay. You know what? Not many people want to see Taylor in another fight. I mean, I could take it. I would like to see it, but you know, a lot of people, they would like to go ahead and see her get a title shot, which I think she will. But I mean, she's already on her 4-fight win streak. More than likely, they'll probably give her the shot next because, you know, Shevchenko's already beat everybody from 1 through 4. I mean, Jennifer Maia, I think that would be probably be an easy win for her. But I would hate to see them do that because if Jennifer Maia wins, then she would argue about a title shot again, you know. I would have liked it to be in Chikagan. Taylor versus Chikagan. That would be a good fight for title eliminator. That way, if Chikagan did wind up winning, she'd get her a title shot, get her last payday, and she could retire. You know? Jama said that's BS data about career earnings. That's false data. Commission doesn't disclose earnings for many years already. Frey said Maya has 1 fight left on her contract and probably gets the same news as Chikagan. Yeah. If this is false data though, like what is it based off of then, Zaman? I mean, you're always so cut and dry about what you say, like it's a fact. Or like you're always so positive, even though sometimes I have to prove you wrong. But I mean, on this one, I mean, maybe you're right, but I mean, are you sure about that? Like, I know like a lot of the under the table pay is not counted here, but why would somebody go through every single fight here and just put out a payday? Like, who takes the time to put up anything false? I mean, this much false information though. Like, I'm not saying I think it's perfect, or I'm not saying that you're wrong 100%, but I mean, like I see the writer right here. Like, why would he take the time out to just put in fake information? Like, where did he get this fake information from? I mean, you can make up fake information now on any site now. Believe me, I know that. But I'm just saying, like, you got to really be bored to just say, okay, this person made this much, I'm going to calculate that. Or you got to really be bored to take time to put down the show money, the win money, and the incentive money, each 3 amounts. I mean, they're taking time to break stuff down. So what is it based off of, though? And you just said Nevada doesn't disclose earnings for many years. Well, these are some fights from, past years, right? Ulysses said Sean Brady talked about that. Oh, did he? Let's see. But regardless if it is real information or not, I think we can still argue that some of these fighters aren't getting the pay that they deserve, right? I mean, they wouldn't be trying to take every fight that they can get to stack money. You know what I mean? let's see what we got here. This is on 100%. None of respectable sites post these like MMA Junkie, MMAfighting.com. Mostly these circulate on IG posts for likes and responses. Right, and I'm not looking at IG. I'm not looking at IG. I'm looking at an actual writer who's a boxing writer. Also, and he's done other MMA stuff. Stamina said, "You're perhaps conflating fake with incorrect or inaccurate. The burden of proof is on whoever provides the so-called data. Readers should necessarily assume it to be right." Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, I know it's not like 100% spot on, but like I said, it's based off of something. Like, nothing on here is going to be 100% when it comes to the fighter pay, right? But when you see somebody actually take the time to just post up this information, like the 50 to show, 50 to show, the incentive pay and things like that, it kind of gives you an idea, right? It's not about it being 100%. Like, I've been looking at this for years too. Like, I know, like boxing, there's always that pay that's put out, but believe me, there's always some other things you don't know about. They'll just put a number out there to the fans to make them think something, right? That's why I'm just kind of giving y'all an idea, because people always ask me about this stuff. So I'm giving you a little idea because, let's see, Stamina said most of the numbers pertaining to earnings are speculative. Of course, Stamina. This is stuff I know, believe me. I'm just kind of giving y'all something to kind of look at. This is stuff I know. So I'm not giving y'all 100%. I'm just saying this is kind of what it looks like. Like, I'm not a pocket watch. I'm just kind of giving people an idea on why fighters are complaining about what they get, right? Well, yeah, we don't really need to know that, but we're just kind of looking up something here, right? Gabriella said, "Do you believe if Carla Esparza wins against Rose, that Rose will get an immediate rematch?" Possibly. Yeah, I think so. I think she could, but depending on how strong Marina Rodriguez's win looks, Marina could get in front. And depending on how Rose feels, depending on if she wants to take a break, then no. Like, so it's not like a Valentina situation or a Nunes situation with Rose. Like, Rose could be the type to want to just chill out, so I think it's really just going to depend on Rose, like, and how bad she would lose if she lost, right? Like, I could see her maybe wanting to take 6-7 months off, and then boom, Marina could get in front. I think it's really going to depend on, what Marina looks like too, because Carla wins, that sets up a rematch with Marina and Carla, right? Robert Henry said, "I learned more about the UFC. Make so much money off the fighters, big names or not. The advertising cash out is crazy. Even though fighters should self-promote, it ain't on them." Right. Exactly. Like, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have to be. The thing about Rose too, Carl, what's his name? Oh, not Carl. I was about to say Carl. Gabriella. I think the thing with Rose too, like, I couldn't see her getting an immediate rematch because she's not as much as she's not really she wasn't a dominant champion like Shevchenko or Nunes, right? So they could pretty much just jump the gun and say, okay, Rose has already been 2-time champion. She's got there. Let's go ahead and go with the next thing. And I think a lot of people feel that way. You know, they're kind of getting tired of Joanna, Rose, Wei Lee. Want to move on to something different. With Marina on a 4-fight win streak, we might see her in there next, right? I would go for that. Like, I would definitely I would want to see Marina actually, you know, if regardless of who wins, you know, Carla wins, Rose wins, she got to be next. But what else? Zama said they are making it up. I mean, why would somebody with an official site make up something? Like, I think the UFC, like even Dana White, he could throw numbers out to these people and give them false information. That's kind of what I get at sometimes with these. Because you wouldn't go on board to say, okay, my name is so-and-so. I'm an editor-in-chief of this site here, and this is what I'm reporting. So, like, it's more so he's reporting false information that was given to him instead of just taking the time out to say, I made this. I'm going to sit here and make this money up. I mean, that's kind of a weasel thing to do. I mean, there are weasels out there, but I'm just saying. You can put a whole person's fight career down and just sit there all day and just type these numbers up. Robert Henry says, obviously a glaring problem. Most of those fighters aren't superstars trying to get every dollar like many corporations. Not all of them just trying to feed their families. Yeah. Right. Robert TJ coming back. He said, what families? He said, few of them have mouths to feed. Really? He said, few of them have mouths to feed. Shoot, I mean, you got to look at what kind of families we talking about here. I mean, if you talking about families like Brazilian fighters, man, they got families back home they got to feed. So they got mouths to feed, man. It ain't just a few of them. People with new families, shoot. There's a few. Shoot, they be sending money back home to their countries. That's how they do over there, you know? That's how people do. And, you know, like you saying, Robert, that's what a lot of fighters have to do. They have to understand that some aren't going to ever be breakout fighters. You know, some fighters aren't going to be breakout superstars. So you can only get what you can. You know, I got a video coming up talking about like Joanna and Ronda. Like, Joanna was talking about getting her maximum amount of money, but or missing out on big paydays. But I mean, like, I don't think she was ever, you know, gonna get. She could have never got the money that Ronda got. I mean, you can compare them at the same time and be like, okay, you got Joanna here and Ronda over here, but understand why Ronda's getting the money. You know, she's more of the star. Yeah, Joanna's a good fighter, but yo, what's up with that, right? Like, she gonna be like, oh, why ain't you get that money? Well, it comes down to the it factor. Like, sometimes, you know, stars are just born. You know, stars are just born. TJ said, okay, you're talking about fighters supporting the whole village. Good luck with that on UFC money. Well, that's what I'm talking about. But, again, you're missing the point. It can be done because money goes a long way over there. You're going overseas, you know that. So, I'm not saying that there's, is taking every bit of money, but that is a part of their family. They have mouths to feed over there. And if anything, the dollar goes a long way over there. Philippines, Brazil, you know that. You go over there to, South America, you got money. That's why some of them go back home and build homes there. That's why they want to get what they can and go back over there, because family is family over there. Might be a culture shock to you here, but over there, family is tight knit. But it can be, the thing is, it can actually be done on UFC money over there. That's why I said they go back home, because if you stay here, shoot, taxes and all of that, money doesn't go very far. But over there, $5,000, shoot, that translates to like 5 figures in some places off of pesos. So you understand why they want to get it. Robert Henry said families, future families, or a relative, somebody they may care about. Yeah, including yourself. Yeah. She just said, well, if your career won't last forever, so what's the plan for Andrade's family if she's on OnlyFans now? Well, if she's on OnlyFans, apparently she's getting more money. Shoot, you know that. If you're on OnlyFans, that's the reason she's on OnlyFans, because she's getting more money. Some fighters are making more money off of this than they are the fight game. So again, that's going back to my point. On why the UFC, that's why I'm talking about fighter pay right now, but these fighters aren't getting the money from the UFC. Paige making more money doing what she's doing off her site. Jessica Andrade, she could very well much hit M's within months off of OnlyFans. That says a lot about the UFC. And she's going to keep doing that because that's how she's going to support that family. But the thing is, so they don't have to do that, the UFC needs to up their pay. So again, it goes back to whether you think this is a fake site or not that I'm looking at. This pay reflects what I'm looking at. Like, you can say it's fake or false information, but it must not be, because why are these fighters not happy with this money that I'm looking at? This money might be off a few dollars or a few figures, but apparently it's not, because they're having to go to OnlyFans or they're having to fight this many times to get that money. So it must reflect what Caitlin Chikagan is getting, and it must reflect what Andrade is getting, because they aren't happy with it, or they're having to go this route to do what they do. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, man. Robert Henry said, of course, TJ know how long that money go. How do you think he go partying so hard with his girl Claudia? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he about this Claudia. He should know. His girl from over there in Brazil, how she run things over there. That money go far. George said, y'all heard of Raquel Link? Uh-oh. No, I ain't heard that, man. I ain't even heard that, man. Hey, but they trying to get it where they can get it. And that's why I'm just showing y'all a little something like even when I talk about like a boxer's money, like this is what the gist of what they get. 2 to 3 million a fight. May not be everything, might be false and off by $1 million or $200,000, but apparently it's on to something, because these fighters ain't living lavish, and they aren't on like a one fight to. They're not like on a 2 fight a year basis. They have to fight more fights to even see an M after a 15 fight year career. Mark Robinson said Paige has 3 million followers on IG. Valentina has 2.5, for better or worse. In regard to the money, it's about eyes, not skills. Yeah. When it comes to WMMA, with a lot of certain fighters, it's gonna be about eyes, and it's all about these fighters knowing how to market the eyes. Paige knows how to market the eyes. Andrade is trying to jump on that train as well. You know what I mean? AM, yeah, that's a good point. AM said he ain't gonna pay until everybody comes together and takes him to court, and nobody wants to really go that route. Nah, they ain't strong enough to do that. Leslie Smith was one that wanted to start a union, and you see what happened to her. Yeah, that's a good point too, Zaman, about building a platform. But not everybody is going to be business savvy to build a brand like that. That's why I had to point out, like, Valentina, Joanna, they're smart at building that brand, but maybe Andrade isn't. But when it comes down to it, it's just about taking care of somebody that is putting in the work. You still have to take care of yourself, the company should be taking care of you, and there should be some type of pension for these fighters. That's what it is. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to kind of discuss, like, because I'm just looking, like, right now, like, yeah, we like to see some of these fighters active and they like to fight, but sometimes it's just looking like they're doing it because, because of, they want to make ends meet. But hopefully some of these fighters are really making this hard work pay off and put that money up. Because like I always say, I think I heard other people say this too, but the fight game is more of an opportunity than it is a career, right? It's that opportunity, take it full advantage. It's not like a long-term career. AM said the MMA community isn't that big. You have to venture out. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to make, the bigger money, and if you just don't want to be taken care of, like, I still think there should be some type of union and a pension for fighters. But if you want to go beyond just the basic career-oriented money that's coming in for you, retirement, if you want to get bigger, yeah, you have to venture out. I mean, that's how Joanna's getting most of her money now, right? That's why I was like, when she said that, she thought she missed out on big paydays. Not necessarily. Like, Joanna was only going to get so much being being the strawweight champion and fighting the competition that she was fighting. Ronda, she never really had rival names. Like, she never really had a big draw or big rival, right? Ronda versus Holly Holm, So she did the next best thing and got the money outside of the UFC. Yep. What else we got going on, though? What did Stamina just say? Something about John Jones shown headbutting Las Vegas police car in video is now on Twitter. Boy, Twitter. They stay on it, man. Well, people out there. This dude headbutted a police car. I gotta look at it. Hold on. I ain't even gonna go in on it on me, like, man. Headbutt a police car. Dang, man. I wonder why I guess trouble just follows some people, or they follow trouble. I don't know, man. I'll have to watch that later. Gabriella said, if Juliana Pena wins the rematch, who's next for the title, and do you believe she'll retain it in her first title defense? Okay, if she wins the rematch, I would say the winner of Irene Aldana and Aspen Ladd. That would be a good fight. Well, I'm hoping Irene Aldana wins because, I think she's put in the work. But Irene, if she can beat Aspen Ladd, she'll get that title shot. And do I think she could retain the title in the first title defense? I think she could. I think she has the tools to beat Irene. The way Holly was able to wrestle Irene, it's really going to come down to a lot of pressure, educated pressure from Pena. Avoiding that left hook, putting constant pressure on the boxer. But she could do it. I'm still going in 50-50 though. Like, Pena versus Aldana is a close fight. Like, those are the type of styles I think would give her trouble. Like, Holly and Irene would kind of give Pena trouble, but she still has the tenacity and the IQ to do it. But I think it'll be Irene for sure if she beats Aspen Ladd, and that's a good fight. I'm gonna definitely tune into that. Look, I like Holly, but man, like, I want to see somebody else get the title shot right now. Respect to Holly. She's a good fighter, good person, but I just need to see some new blood in there. Wait, I don't know. Holly's still kind of ranked high though, right? Dang, Holly's already 42, so I don't know, man. They might try to put Holly up in front to get one more shot. Yeah, she got that fight coming up in May against Caitlin Vieira too. Man. Anyways, let's see. Zama said Chikagan is completely uninterested, has no brand of herself, but she invested her earnings in real estate and does totally fine. Some people just can't manage money. Yeah, and that's my thing about Chikagan. Like, and the thing about her, like, she has been being smart about the money. Like I said, yeah, she's definitely taking it, putting it into something. There's some people that just can't manage that. Yeah, and that's what does suck, though. Like, I don't know if Andrade is like that, where it just has to be constant amounts of money have to come in to keep them satisfied. But I think some just know how to maximize the dollar they have. And I think that's why you see Chikagan getting in fights, because she's putting it away to start the family, and I think she's been kind of smart about it. And for some fighters, real estate has been working. Ulysses said Blonde Brunson can teach these fighters how to manage their money. George said Holly's getting too old for the fight game. Yeah, reality, it's a reality check. There's a lot of Holly fans out there. She getting up there, man. But with that being said, with her hitting 40, they might give her one more for the road, so we might have to bite down and take it one more time, man. Holly, get in there. We got to be in there one more time. Australia says Stamina was being generalistic. They all probably buy things they don't need. Are you talking about like the fighters buying stuff? Let's see. Australia said the problem most UFC fighters have is spending their winnings on Lambos instead of investing in their future. Not enough financial guidance or education, in my opinion. Yeah. What kind of car was that Andrade bought? Andrade was flossing, right? Y'all remember that. I think that's why Australia's bringing that up. Australia, you saw that. right? You saw, was it a fancy car or did she just buy a brand new car? Like, I saw Andrade like flossing in a nice car. And I thought maybe she just did that because it was the OnlyFans money and stuff. But she was riding in a nice ride. Like, looked like she spent some money on that. So yeah, that is a good, point that these fighters, they got to be a little bit more careful with the money. Like, you only have that type of money for Lambos when, the house is paid for, and the land is paid for. Like, to me, getting the house comes before having a nice ride, which is it's a whole different thing. Mark Robinson said, I think Irene destroys Aspen Ladd. I hope so. I hope so, because I want to see somebody that can make weight and get in there, man. AM said, to be fair, we all buy things we don't need, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve them more than what we get. But Stray's point is, they're buying things that cost way out of their price range, even if they're making big money, right? Like, yeah, I might buy something I don't need. Like, I might buy a book. Yeah, I still read. I buy books. I might buy a game. Do I need it? No, but it's not out of my price range. Might buy new TV. Do I need it? No, but it's not out of my price range. But if you're a fighter that made $50,000 from a fight, or maybe $175,000 plus a $50,000 bonus, okay, made a lot of money, but now you want to go out there and buy something this big, So, yeah, we all buy things we don't need, but the thing is, we stay within our budget, right? We stay within our range. What was that though? Like, Andrade did buy like a nice ride. I mean, Mark Robinson said, I think Ladd's reach is too short and her movement isn't very good compared to Aldena's. Compared to Aldana, Ladd is short, stubby, and slow. No hate to Ladd, just saying. Right. Yeah, I mean, she could very much pull a GDR in this fight. Jab, left hook body, left hook head, right hook, range, move. This is Aldana's fight to win in a boxing match, So, yeah. But it gets dangerous on the inside. Ladd gets this thing to the ground. That weight and size is going to be an issue. Her wrestling's going to be an issue. So it's on Aldana to keep this fight standing. AM said, yeah, I agree with that. I meant minor stuff. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what, yeah, okay, yeah, you meant minor stuff. Yeah, for us, yeah. Yeah, we all buy that stuff, but I'm saying, even if you get a bonus as a fighter that makes $25,000, you get the $50,000 bonus, that ain't enough to buy a Lambo and something like that. Oh man, AM said Carla bought a new BMW with her bonus from last year. Okay. Hey, treat yourself. Like I said, I'm not trying to pocket watch, but I'm just saying we're all trying to understand how money can be managed, right? Because the UFC and fighters are putting it out there for us to kind of understand, like, their fighter pay is a problem, right? But how much of it is really a problem if you don't know how to manage money? That's the question too. Like, when you're given an opportunity after 3 rounds or 5 rounds of work, you're given 200,000 or 100,000. Okay. You feel like it should be more, but you got to take that 6-figure, 5-figure and make it work for you, right? Got to do something smart with it. So yeah, when you work for a company, money is not going to be lottery ticket after lottery ticket. You have to take it. manage it and make it work for you, right? Gabrielle said, what's next for Nunes? If she loses, does she defend her featherweight title or retire? I think if she loses, she'll probably go back to featherweight, because that title, she's probably going to feel like it's inactive. But I think she'll probably wind up maybe fighting Norma, Missy Chase on winner, maybe. Because, they're trying to set up Norma to get a title shot. And it might be that fight. If Norma Dumont or Macy Chiasson wins, Nunes loses, she might probably move back up and defend her title. Yeah. Yeah, Robert Henry said it. I got about 14, 15 people. Make sure you hit the like button when you're in here talking. And you're talking WMMA. Let's talk. What do y'all think about? All right, Robert. What do you think? Cat versus. Do you think Chris and Cat are ever gonna fight? What about that? Chris versus Cat. I already did some videos talking about this, but what's gonna happen, man? Do you think Cat's gonna get this fight in the summer? I don't know, because we can't count Pam Bam out. I know everybody think Pam might lose this one, but I think Pam has a very good chance. She has the skills, experience to go in here and maybe, pull off this upset and take over. Yeah, like Ranarini said, hey, Honda, most reliable car. Especially during a fight career, you'd want to have a Honda, because that car is going to last you your whole fight career. Stray said, well, y'all have, he has a Falcon XR Turbo. Oh, I got the Honda, man. Forever. Let me just put it that way. We stand with the Honda, man. I need that thing, man. Honda's reliable. Keeps the money right. The Honda keeps the money right for you. It's reliable, quick, gets me where I need to be, and doesn't whine and cry and break down on you. Stays with you as long as you treat it right. Treat it right, it keeps your money right. Brian Williams said, no, Cat's gonna lose her tune-up fight. Yeah, I'm actually leaning towards Pam. TJ said, Cat needs to stop, retire, do commentary, train Casey O'Neill or whoever, just stop. Yeah, that would be crazy. She could probably improve the wrestling. Improve that wrestling with Casey. Robert Henry said, Cat going to duck Cyborg as long as humanly possible. I can't see Cat losing to Pam. I can see Cat losing to Pam. Yeah, I could too. Okay, TJ said he's had great experiences with Honda, Hyundai, Kia, and Toyota. And Ranarini said Toyota. Okay. I've always just been Honda. Yeah, I've always been Honda, so that's good to know. If I'm looking for a truck, who has a good truck? Honda has a big truck. I don't want a big truck though. Does Toyota have a nice truck? I do need a truck now. Does Toyotas have a nice truck? I'm about to start looking into that. Anybody ever have a Toyota truck? Robert Henry said that ain't no tune-up fight. That's a get your chin up fight. Yeah, Pam. They're making a mistake if they think Pam is a tune-up. Pam's not a tune-up. Pam's in there. Pam's a veteran. She's in the division. Former champ. She's in there. Pam has a very good chance to win this fight. And I think, like I said, with the right game plan and execution, she could do it. Because I still don't know, man. If Pam loses and Kat wins, I still think that fight might not happen. And like I said, to me, I'm honestly not really looking forward to it. Like, Chris and Kat, I know why Kat wants it. You know, Kat wants this fight. TJ said trucks. It's an F-150 for me all day. Okay. Yeah, the company truck I drive, I think it's F-150, and I like the way it handles. Yeah, I drive a F-150 every now and then, and it handles nice. So I guess purchasing would be worth it, huh? What was I saying? Yeah. I can understand why Chris wants to fight, because Kat brings a name. You know, Kat brings a big name here, and that's about it. For Chris, you want to get as much money as you can. But for Kat, I really don't know why she wants to seek it so hard, because it's just kind of like the physical shape she's in, right? Like, the physical shape is not the best. You know, when you talk about CTE and brain damage against Nunes, you have to kind of think of all these things. Frey said, I have a Toyota Land Cruiser 200 series as well. It's been a fantastic truck so far. Brian Williams said Chevy Avalanche. I'm on my second one. I'd buy another if they hadn't discontinued it. Yeah, I remember that Chevy Avalanche. Is that the one that, like, I think, was it like the back changes out and everything? It's got a lot of space in the back. The Honda truck kind of looks like it, I think. Yeah, I heard good things about that one. Yeah, Brian Williams said he only buy used. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, you don't want that car payment for sure. Toyota Land Cruiser, though. Land Cruiser's nice. Yeah, it's a nice one. Dang, it was discontinued too? Or is that the 200 series? Gabriella said, once again. Yeah, Brian. I mean, like, yeah, I like to avoid that payment, you know, and that high insurance. You know, I just make sure everything is good to go. And I actually be trying to keep up my own maintenance now, you know. Like, the older car gets, I try to learn how to do a lot of it for myself. Yeah, used it this way. Yeah, like TJ said. Yep. You know, used is for the people that don't understand, like, how a car works and that are scared to get their hands in there. That's what it is. You know, it's for a lot of people that say, oh man, like, I don't know what to do with a used car if it break down on me, or they don't know what to look for. All right. Gabriella said, once Nunes retires, should the UFC close down 145 since there's no one in that division? Sadly, I would say yes. Like, at this point, unless they go all out. Who hit me up? Anyway, Chelsea Chandler, hit me up saying that, you know, I think I was talking about atomweight division one day. Hit me up, said they need to do featherweights. I was like, yeah, I agree. But if the UFC's not really invested, I mean, I can't keep saying it. I mean, it's easy to say it, but if they're not pushing it, you know, I guess not. I mean, close it down. I mean, until they bring, like, another 15 or 18 women, or 6, 8, whatever you got to do, and get serious about it, you know, I'm not going to get my hopes up. But yeah, the day she retires, I think they have to retire that belt. But who knows? When she retires, that might be the day they sign Kayla and they build a whole division for Kayla, right? They might do something like that. They're gonna put that belt up in the in the UFC main office. Say, yep, R.I.P. to 145. I'd hate to see that. Let's see, Robert Henry said, I got a taste for the rest of the fudge and chocolate chip pound cake with a small cup of hot chocolate, but trying to resist though. Hey man, that's everything I like, man. That's my weakness, man. All that chocolate you talking about, chocolate chip. Oh man, hot chocolate. No, it's not my weakness. Like soda. Stray said, close down 145, open up 105. Yeah, that might be the direction they go. Yeah, because we were talking about that, like I said. And then, yeah, she hit me up. It was like, yo, nah, y'all, they need to do 145. It's like, yeah, they do. But I don't know if they are going to do that. I mean, maybe we need to start sending live streams where we build a featherweight division or atomweight division to make them say, oh, this is profitable. You know, mine and anybody else who does one. Like, build a featherweight division. Maybe we need to give it to them. If it was that easy, right? I mean, they didn't even listen to themselves, right? They did a contender series, a tough house with featherweights, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it then. Yeah, let's see. Who could they? Well, we know who they would. You know, they go off of what they could get from Invicta first. And people got to remember, you know, when we say atomweight division in 1FC, those are 115 pounders. So they're probably not going to come over. You know, atomweight division in 1FC is 115, right? And flyweight is 1. No. Atomweights. Yeah. Atomweights is 115 in 1FC, and strawweight is 125 in 1FC, right? So those atomweights won't come over. They'll be considered strawweights. If any atomweight comes over, like a Stant Fairtex, she's 115, so she would come to the strawweight division in the UFC. Robert Henry said, yo, even though I say this all the time, next time you speak to Chelsea, tell her that I said she's a thug. I did tell her, and she said she sent a heart and said, thank you. Did I tell you that last time? My bad if I didn't. I did, man. I told her you said that. And she sent the, you know, she told me thank you. She told me to tell you thank you. My fault if I didn't, because I was busy. You know, I think I told her like right after stream, and then I sent her a message, got caught up. Hold on, I don't know if I still have that. It was a while back. Where was it? Hold on. It was a while back. Hold on, if I still have it. Yeah. Yeah, back in June, I have the message. Robert said, I told her, look, someone in the live stream right now told me you're raw as F and he's a fan. That's what you said. This is what Robert Henry said. He said, someone in the live stream right now told me you're raw as F and he's a fan. And she said, tell him thank you. Yeah, my bad. That was back in June, because I did it during the live stream, and she had messaged back like a couple hours later, I guess, when it wasn't on. But word is, she's still looking for a fight, just so you know. And it's not her doing this. They're not matching her up. People turning down a fight. People still turning down fights with her. Let me see. What do y'all think of this? Let's see. Best wrestlers in every division in the UFC. All right. Best wrestlers in the UFC in each division. All right. Strawweight, Carlos Esparza is considered the best wrestler in the strawweight division. In the men's lightweight, Islam, what's his name? Makhachev. He's considered the best wrestler. Bantamweight, Sarah McMahon. Welterweight, Kamaru Usman, of course. Flyweight, Askar Askarov. Middleweight is Derek Brunson. Definitely didn't show the hands in that fight, right? Definitely wrestling, but definitely didn't show the hands against Cannonier. Bantamweight is Merab versus Virab Hasavili. Light heavyweight, Madgamev and Kaliev. Featherweight, Mosfer Eldin. And heavyweight, Curtis Blades. Well, I guess we can't. Who can argue that? Like, who can argue they're not the best wrestlers in the division? I mean, when you're just basing it solely on wrestling in the top 5 or top 10. Robert says I'm less likely to want to fight Kayla than less likely to want to fight Chelsea than Kayla. Yeah, 4 turn downs, It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here now. We are pushing 2:40 here. 2 hours and 40 minutes. Let's see. Straight said there's lots more smaller girls out there, stamina, and just like 125, 115, that 105 pound has potential to grow. 145 was always going to struggle. You know what? The thing is, there's just as many featherweights as there are atom weights. Like, there's really no reason it should struggle. Like, they just choose not to build it. Because, like, about a year or two ago, I did a live stream and I put all of these featherweights up here. I put like over 20 featherweights. Like, it doesn't even need, like, to say, it's needless to say, it has potential to grow. Featherweight is there. They just didn't capitalize. Like, it's all about giving it life. Like, you got enough fighters for both, but are you going to pay as much attention when it comes down to it? Like 105, yeah, you have all the women, but are you going to take a back seat again and not give them enough active fights? Are you not going to have active division? Like featherweight, you had it, but you started making girls move down to bantamweight. Like, you had Sawyer Ranko, you had Leah Letts, you had Macy Chason. You had those girls like Bea Malecki at the time making rough weight cuts. That killed her in her last fight. You got Chelsea Chandler. You got Olga Rubin. You had Pam Bam, but you chose not to sign her. Like, why? at the time you have Felicia Spencer, Megan Anderson. Megan Anderson would probably still be around, because she would have had a division to work in. So it wasn't the fact it's going to struggle because they can't find people. It's just because they chose not to give it life and just made some bad moves with it. Why would you not want strawweight? I mean, why would you not want featherweight when you get a lot of knockouts? I don't know. And I'll leave it at that, y'all. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Yeah, do what Robert Henry said. Salute everybody. WMMA Universe. Shout out to y'all. LDWMMAC. I'm going to get up out of here. I will catch y'all on Friday. Call some fights this Saturday coming. Yeah, we'll do a fight companion for sure for Jin Yoon Kim and Priscilla Pachoiera, because we're going to get some hands thrown. Yeah, so shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe like always. Had a few new people in here. Shout out to, Gabriella Antonio thinks he's new to the channel. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe. Oh, just put a comment up. Gabrielle said, who does Amanda Lemos beat in the top 5 strawweight, or did she not break into the top 5? Amanda Lemos could beat Zhang Weili, I think. I think she has the skills to beat her. I'm not saying like 100% now. I think she has the talent and the technique to do it. I don't know if it'll be easy, but she could beat Weili. Let me see who's another style-wise that would match up. Mackenzie Dern is still number 5. I think she could beat Mackenzie Dern. Yan Xiaonan, who's number 4, she could beat her. Marina, I'm not sure. Marina, I don't know if she could beat Marina. Carla is a possibility, but I think Carla could get it down. Like, Carla and Rose might be like some style clashes that Lemos would have trouble with, but I could see her beat like a Dern in Weili if Weili's defense is not on point, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because, like rough, rugged dog styles are what really break Rose. And, like, if you give Rose enough range, she'll just box and strike. So, yeah. 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 Those are, like, when it comes down to styles, I can see her beat, like, a Dern or Weili when I'm just technically looking at it. But, yeah. Let me get up out here, y'all. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that thumbs up. Shout out to y'all. We'll be back Friday. For sure on Saturday for this fight companion. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.